Okay, good evening, everyone, and thank you all for coming. I would like to call to order the Whittingham Homeowners Association and Greenbriar Whittingham Community Association meeting and this is our joint open board meeting for Thursday, September 25th, 2005. Would you all please rise for a pledge of allegiance? If everyone would please keep standing for a moment. I'd like to have a moment of silent prayer for Edward Pisapia, who passed the last few days. He is the husband of Jerry Pisapia, which I think most people in the community are familiar with, and the people in the Performing Arts Council. So could I have a moment of prayer? Thank you. One, two, 1, 2. We might have to turn that volume up a little bit.
Up a hair. All right, Kristen's got it.
Yeah, I'll give this one back if that's the problem. Testing. Oh, yeah, that's good. A little bit lower, actually. Good. All right, that sounds good. All right, thank you. Okay, Matt. Can I have a roll call, please?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Tom Clark,
Here.
Jay Respler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, Joe Atanasio.
Here.
Kathy Clark and Gleason is absent, and Jeff Simonson absent. Let's go to the Greenbriar board. Mark Sirks, Alan Greenberg, Chester Trubinsky, and Jack Sandler. Thank you.
Okay, Matt, do you have a report?
Yeah, I got a long one for you guys tonight.
All right, we'll take it.
All right. To start, we had the pavilion over by courts 4 and 5, back by the new pickleball courts. That was power washed and painted this week. Looks 100 times better. Going over to Whittingham, we replaced the lower roof at 61C Winthrop, so that's all done. We're in the process of replacing the stairs at 36 Rutland. That's a manor building. They're almost done. They'll be done tomorrow. So that'll make a lot of residents happy. We're going to get to our condo fence project. Our first building, 74 Winthrop, is going to be done early next week. They're bringing some materials in tomorrow to get ready for everything. And as soon as this is done, we'll be pushing out the schedule of the next couple buildings to everybody. I'm going to try and work until mid-December before the holidays, early December, and get as many done as we can, and it's going to flow into next year. The board approved some ballroom lighting modifications, and we're waiting for the contractor, Century Lighting, to get back from an extended vacation. So we don't have his schedule yet, but Mort's reaching out to him to see when he's coming. We're getting proposals for a bunch for the multi-purpose room painting. Met with a painting contractor this week. The town center committee picked out colors and recommended we get it painted, and it desperately needs it. So more to come on that shortly. We have a lot of bids coming in for many of our annual service contracts, such as janitorial, security, the pools. So the board's going to be reviewing them in the next couple of weeks. I also want to mention the barcodes. We had a big push to replace the old barcodes. We got over 700 of them replaced. So thanks for everybody for coming out and scheduling appointments. We got about 200 of the old ones that are still out there. So we're just going to review the report and just go one by one and start contacting people for these. Our suspicion is they may be on a few vehicles that don't exist anymore, or people have sold or whatever, but Once we run that report, we'll have all that information. I want to thank everyone. This is a big thank you to everybody who read my email today about voting. So we pretty much spent most of the day replying to voting emails and questions and helping people navigate the voting site. And I'm happy to say that it actually worked. So WOA right now with the online voting has made quorum so far. They're 27.13%. And Greenbriar residents really came through today. We're at 25.21%. This does not include any of the paper ballots that we gave out in the box, but keep them coming, guys. Thanks for that. That was a big push. Greenbriar needed about 35 votes today to make it over quorum, and they responded. So thank you all. Well, it's going to save us some money in the long run.
Matt, that completes your report? Okay. Kristen, you have a report for us?
Yes. So we have this Saturday, September 27th, the music of Crosby, Stills, and Nash in our ballroom. We have a few seats left. This Sunday, September 28th, it's our annual Arts and Crafts Fair. So come visit from 12 to 3 in the ballroom. The flu shots are scheduled for Monday, September 29th and Wednesday, October 8th. Please see the flyer to make your appointment. Saturday, October 4th, we have our parking lot trunk sale. We have 15 people with spots reserved so far. See the concierge to reserve a spot. October 8th, we have a bus going to Parks Casino. They're on sale now with the concierge. Our bus trip to see Mamma Mia on October 15th is sold out. If you would still like to go, add your name to the waiting list. Saturday, October 18th, we have a tribute to Neil Diamond. The tickets are sold out, but that also has a waiting list. You might get on if you would like. Friday, October 24th, we have a health lecture on health literacy at 1 p.m. in the Arts and Crafts Dance Room. You can sign up with the concierge. Sunday, October 26th is our family fun day from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. There will be bounce houses, pumpkin decorating, face painting, popcorn machine, and more. The event is $10 per person. It's on sale now. Wednesday, November 5th, we have a bus going to Wind Creek Casino. It's $30 per person with $25 returned in slot play, and that's on sale now. Lastly, our November 16th brunch with Barry Jason will go on sale Thursday, October 2nd. The flyers will be available on Monday.
Okay, thank you, Kristen. All right, let's go on to our next order of business, item number 5. I think this is Greenbriar. You have your minutes to approve? Go ahead. That's for you.
Do this last month because we didn't have a quorum of board members. So I make a motion, we approve the minutes of the past 2 months' meetings, the June 26th and the August 28th. Roll call? Second.
You got a second? Okay. Mark Sirks,
Yes.
Alan Greenberg.
Yes.
Chester Trubinsky. And Jack Sandler.
All right, let's move on to item number 6 is the WOA business approval of the August 18th, 2025 open workshop minute meeting. Do I have any questions or corrections from the board? Do I have a motion to approve? Moved by Jay, second by Joe. Okay, Matt, please.
Okay. Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Respler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, Joe Atanasio.
Yes. Okay, I have approval of the August 28th, 2025 joint open meeting minutes. Any questions or corrections to the minutes? Seeing none, do I have a motion? Moved by Jay, second by Bob. All right.
All right. Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Respler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, and Joe Atanasio.
Yes. Approval of a proposal from Cranberry Comfort to replace the restaurant furnace and air conditioning unit for a cost of $12,908.50 to be paid from the WOA Capital Reserve account. As we said last week, this is for the heating and air conditioning unit, which feeds the kitchen area of the restaurant. It also keeps all the pipes from freezing in the winter months. So it's an extremely important piece of equipment for us. It is 25 years old. It's failed. It's dead. We have to replace it. So that's what this money is for, and this is why we're going into this agreement with Comfort Air. Any questions from the board? Any questions from the audience? All right, seeing none, I'll take a motion to approve. Moved by Joe, second by Bob. All right. Thank you. Matt, please.
You got it. Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Respler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, Joe Attanasio.
Yes. All right, next item is the approval of a proposal from Garden State Gutters to replace all of the gutters on the number 1 Rutland building for a cost of $6,975.40 to be paid for from the Whittingham Capital Reserve account. We went over this item last week. There's an extreme problem with the gutters on this particular building. It's actually cascading down and going onto windows on the building, including building window rot for the unit owners. So we've got to replace these gutters because they're undersized. Is there any question from the board on this? Yes, all right. It is a manor building. That's the multifamily building on the Whittingham side. Is there anyone in the audience who have any questions on this? Seeing none, I'll close the audience portion. And Matt, could you give us a roll call? I'm sorry, a vote.
Sure, we got a motion and a second up there?
Yes.
Okay. Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Respler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, Joe Attanasio.
Yes. All right. Let's go on to the next item, the approval of a proposal for Biondo Contracting for the lower roof replacement of 52A Rutland Lane for a cost of $7,470 to be paid for from the Whittingham Capital Reserve account. This is for a roof replacement, a partial roof replacement on a home in Whittingham. Boy, I'm disjointed tonight for some reason. There's a particular problem with this particular model. It's the Grande model, which is notorious for giving leaks to the homeowners there because they weren't built correctly. So we're going to repair the roof, actually replace the roof so that this homeowner no longer has leaks. Is there anyone on the board who has anything to say on this? Okay. Anyone in the audience have anything on this? Okay, seeing none, I will close it. I need a motion to approve. By Bob and second by Kathy. Okay, Matt, thank you.
Okay, Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Respler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, Joe Attanasio.
Yes. Oh. Where am I looking? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, yes. Why am I missing that one? Approval, Biondo? I'm looking for. Well, oh, I'm sorry. I checked it off. That's why I passed it up. The approval for a proposal from the landscape maintenance of courtyard renovations and drainage improvements at 1 Rutland Lane for a cost of $11,009.62 to be paid for from the Whittingham operating account. These homes in this area have had a notorious ponding problem. We did over one of the manor court last year. We're going to duplicate it again this year to alleviate the flooding that goes on in that area. So that's what this contract is for. Does anyone on the board have anything to say on it? Anyone in the public? Seeing none, I'll close the public. And do I have a motion to approve? Moved by Kathy, second by Joe. Matt, please.
Sure. Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Wrestler, Bob Brown, Kathy O'Donnell, Joe Attanasio.
Yes. Okay, we have an item on here tonight that we didn't discuss last week, and we apologize for that, but it was for a good reason. We didn't have the information to share with you. We have been negotiating with the insurance carrier for the lower part of our community. And they're notorious in getting back to us at the very last week before the policy is about to expire. And it, for some good reasons, because we do a lot of negotiating with them to try to get the best rate that we possibly can. This is an approval for the proposal of a NFP property and casualty for the association's annual insurance policy renewal at a cost of $1,199,835. As I said, we've been trying to negotiate with these companies to get the best rate that we can. This has been a very tough year. There's been a lot of things that have happened nationally that have affected the insurance companies and the rates that they're charging their customers. And they've been running anywhere throughout the country between 10 and 20%. Luckily, through the negotiation, and I got to give First Service some credit here because they've been working with the broker on this. We've come in with a 10% at the bottom. Kathy actually had figures for our budget for next year, 11%. So it's actually, a good number, even though it's more than any one of us want to spend. It's still what the industry is dictating to the policyholders. And there's nothing further we can do in getting a better rate. This is a good company. It's one of the largest in the country. And we've used them for a number of years. So if we ever have any problems, they stand by you and we don't have to fight with them. So we do, again, have tried to do our very best with this. Unfortunately, it's a necessary evil. We have to have this insurance. We can't go another year without it. We'd be in big, big trouble. So in saying that, is there anyone on the board who Kathy, you have something you'd like to say on this?
As we've talked about insurance before, insurance is taking a hit everywhere across the United States. Personally, my home insurance has gone up 30%. So I did budget in our very preliminary budget, and I'll talk about that during the financial section. When we met with our Budget and Finance Committee, I had budgeted 11%. That's what I was anticipating. I'm grateful that it is a little bit less than that. I was hoping that it would be a lot less than that. But at this point, I'm not very surprised by it. I think it's what everyone is seeing across the United States.
Okay. Anyone else on the board like to make a comment on it? Okay. Anyone in the public like to have a comment? Yes, sir. Please come up to the microphone. You got to be on the record. People on Zoom aren't going to be able to hear you. No, right here. Right here. Is the, you have to turn the switch on the bottom?
On the mic itself.
It's on the back. All right, hold on. We'll get you some help.
Yeah, I'd just like to know the
Yeah,
name
well,
of the insurance.
turn it a little more sideways so the audience, he faces the partial. That's good.
I'd just like to know the name of the insurance company.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought,
Ye-
I'll address that. There are several insurance companies. They are the entire package, the entire $1,199,000 that we there is for property insurance, auto liability, general liability, group accident, directors and officers also get insurance in the event that anything happens. And there's a crime policy and a workers' compensation policy. So there are several insurance companies involved. For the larger part, the property insurance, group accident, Philadelphia Indemnity Insurance Company. Now, mind you, this is HOA insurance, so not many companies offer HOA insurance. We're limited to the number. Auto liability is New Jersey Manufacturing. General liability is Greater New York Mutual Insurance. Workers' comp is New Jersey Manufacturing. Group accident, as I mentioned, was Philadelphia Indemnity, and the smaller policies, directors and officers, crime, is Continental Insurance Company of New Jersey. So there's a multitude.
Okay. Anyone else on the board have anything to say? Okay. Anyone else in the public? All right, I'll close the audience portion. You have a motion to approve? Moved by Joe, second by Bob. Okay, Matt.
Okay. Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Wrestler, Bob Brown, Kathy Donato, Joe Attanasio.
Yes. Okay, going to item number 7, I'll turn it back over to Greenbriar for their committee reports.
Yes, okay. Jack will speak on the budget and finance. And of course, later Kathy will speak on the same subject, and she also is on the budget committee for Greenbriar. Go ahead, Jack.
Okay, thank you. So there were 3 points that I wanted to make. Matt covered point number 1, which was voting. We're glad that we met quorum. Without meeting quorum, both the Greenbriar Board and the Wubble Board would be subject to having additional election costs. So we're glad we can avoid that. Just a general question I have. Has everybody in the audience voted? Did everybody vote? Everybody vote? Today, thank God, right? Okay, so we avoid that cost. That's great, thank you. Secondly, our Budget and Finance Committee, which is led by Stan Gross, and greatly helped by one of our members, Kathy Dodano, who makes our spreadsheets, has determined and views us as being on budget. So we're not spending more than we should, and we're online to finish up the year exactly. John? Hello, okay. So, so everybody got that point about budget and finance being online. The third point that the board and the Budget and Finance Committee is concerned with, to a somewhat degree, is that just as when you get your bills at home, whether it's electric or you bring a service person into the house, telephone, you're supposed to pay your bills on time. Many companies, many utilities have finance charges or extra penalties tacked on. So the Greenbriar Board, and I don't want to speak for the WOA Board, but I believe it's the same, has not instituted a policy of penalties for late payments. However, because of the rising number of people who are paying late, and when I say late, it's anything after the 1st is late, but we do give up to the 10th of the month as a grace period. But many people are first mailing their payments on the 8th or 9th. It's not reaching our lockbox till the 15th and 20th. And just as you have to pay your bills, we have to pay our bills. We have vendors, we have Republic picks up our trash, we have LMS, we have our expenses to meet. So we're trying to avoid instituting a policy where anybody whose money comes in after the 10th will have a late payment. I don't think anybody likes that idea, but it's something we have to consider. So I would just encourage everybody who has not signed up for ClickPay yet to sign up. It's harmless, it works very well. And for those who choose not to, and I respect your wish not to do that, we ask that you mail your payment on the first of the month. Okay? Some people would say mail it before the first. I would say mail it by the first of the month. And when you mail it by the first of the month, it gives time to get to our lockbox, which I believe is in Florida. It gives 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, and then your payment is on time. But it's a solution that we don't want to go to with late payments, but we may have to do that. There are also some people who do have occasional a financial issue. They have a hardship going on in their family for whatever reason. Please contact Matt, the office, speak to him, let him know. Let's try to figure this out, okay? We can't have accounts receivable in the over 90 days or over 60 days adding up. It's just not acceptable, and it's hard for us to do our business in that way. So I appreciate your time and hope everyone will cooperate with that issue. Thank you.
Okay, next we have covenants. I don't believe covenants has met in the past month or so. What do you have about site review?
The Site Review Committee met September 9th. 21 applications were reviewed at that time. Several were held pending additional information. 14 inspections were undertaken by the committee members.
And for newcomers, there's no update since the last meeting. We held a newcomers meeting about 2 months ago, and we'll have another one scheduled probably later in the fall.
That's it.
I will go back over to the lower side of the business. Do I have anything to report on budget and finance?
We met with the WOA Budget and Finance Committee to review and discuss July results. For the most part, we are doing fine. We are on budget, particularly for condo. WOA is a little bit over budget. I do want to add just a point, even though we are on budget, we are still expecting some costs which have not yet come through. So by the end of the year, we may be a little bit over. For the next year, though, for 2026, just as a very preliminary statement, just because we are on budget, our contracts renew every year. And most of our contracts, which were put in place somewhere around 2020, 2021, those contracts have built-in automatic 6%, 5%, and 3% increases on large contracts. For example, landscape. So that, even though we're on budget, that is going to lift the 2026 numbers, the budgets. So just keep that in mind for 2026. Now, I also want to echo what Jack said when he spoke. We are noticing, yes, that there are some late payments, some missed payments. Our accounts receivables are increasing. So just to echo his words, if anyone is experiencing hardship, not able to pay on time, can't make this month's payment, try to make next month's payment, please speak with Matt. And we certainly can try to work something out. But to keep seeing our accounts receivable increase is not a good thing for the community. And that's it.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. Anything to report on covenants? No, all right, nothing to report there. Entertainment Committee, got a report, please?
the entertainment committee has booked this year completely, and they have almost all of next year booked. We have some great shows that are coming up, and we hope everyone attends. And we're working on moving forward with good entertainment for everyone for 2026.
Okay, thank you. You guys have been doing a great job over there. All right, I have any reports on landscape?
Landscape Committee did not meet this month. Everything is scheduled to go forward. I think they've already started. No, they did plant. I'm sorry, I just remembered, I saw it. They planted the mums. There will be 2 sets of colors just to distinguish between the clubhouse and the entrance gates. And I think we're going to continue to follow that pattern just for a variation of color. And that's it. That's the reason we did meet. Everything is going ahead as planned.
Okay, thank you. Site review, Jeff is not here tonight. Matt, do you have anything on site review? Oh, you have it for? Okay, Bob will handle it.
Site review met on September 19th, and we have 5 new applications, and we have 12 inspections that were completed. And we're talking about coming up with a policy for antennas and dishes. We're working on that. And that's it.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Town Center Committee, Jay, you have a report for us?
The Town Center Committee met on Thursday, September 11th. Some points they made were in the fitness center, anybody who's a guest should be there with a resident. They want these signs to state that, and they also want a note sent out to all the residents. With the indoor pool and the outdoor pool, management will investigate removing the old lifeguard chair before we open next season. The indoor pool windows were cleaned and will continue to be cleaned by the custodial staff. The lap lane hours have been added to the signs in the indoor pool area. There was a question about replacing the mats or fixing the floor in the locker rooms. And they decided that the mats that we have currently are doing the job, so we'll stay with that. The front multi-purpose room, they have paint swatches looking to repaint the room. The annex floor repair, the work has been completed. The downstairs storage room, the room is now open for use. And there was a comment that the tables were scratching the dance floor. But when I checked with Kristen, she said the tables are fine. It's really the stage, when they extend the stage, that's what was causing the scratches on the dance floor. And that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Jay. Let's move on to item number 8. I'll switch it around a little bit tonight. Why don't we start with the Zoom first?
All right. No, just those two, Susie. Okay, we have one question from Howard Katz. Has there been any discussion about subsidizing the greenery due to the fact that they don't seem to be successful? The restaurant is half empty whenever I've been there.
Well, there's no discussion going on to subsidize anybody in the restaurant.
Okay. Next one is from Stephen Weil at 6 Rutland Lane. Does the new insurance policy have any effect on mortgage qualifications when selling our homes? I don't know how to answer that because it's basically the same policy that we've had in place and the same coverages. We're just renewing it at a little higher rate. So I'm not sure if that answers your question.
I don't think there's anything there. I mean, we have to carry a master insurance policy and the homeowners carry their own.
And that's actually it on Zoom.
Okay. All right, I'll open it to the audience. Anyone here would like to come up to the podium, please come up, name and address for the record.
Do I press something?
I think it should be on. Speak.
Oh, it's on. Hi, I'm Esther Pearl, 7 Ramsey Way. This has to do with the barcode and in an incident that occurred last week. I have an old car that has a 10-year-old sticker on it when I first moved here. And my son had my car most of July and all of August. And I asked him to take it back so that I could get the barcode done on, I think it was the 15th. I asked several times at security. They told me I had to go to the concierge. I spoke to the concierge once, and I was here on that Wednesday and no one was outside. It was like 3:30. She said, why don't you just take your car and go out there? So I did that. There was no one there. I went up and I think the man's name is Jose. And he said to me, do you have an appointment? I said, no, I don't, but no one is here. I can't take it. You don't have an appointment. I said, well, I just got my car back and I have to get it done because we were told that September 5th would be the last day that you could use your barcode. And I didn't, and I wanted to give the car back. I didn't want my son to have a problem and I wanted to do what I was told. Okay. Previous to this though, I had told the concierge about this issue the Friday before. And she told me that she would give Jose my name and number, and he would contact me so that I could get a new barcode. The day comes, I go, he says to me, I can't do it for you. I said, but there's no one here. It doesn't matter, I can't do it. And he went on and on. He told me, then he said, you're yelling at me, so now I won't do it. And he turns his back on me. I go upstairs and I speak to the management. I try to go through the concierge, speak to the management, and I assume that the young lady at the far left, is that Susie? I think that is okay. And I tell her what goes on. She says, you're yelling. Well, I'm getting angry now because this man is standing there doing nothing. There's one appointment every 15 minutes. If any of you have ever gone to Florida, in 1 minute, the guy goes scrape, 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 sticks it on, puts your name down and the number, and away you go. He told us that there were 600 cars that needed new barcodes that would take a year and a half for every 15 minutes, a year and a half to be done. I just waited. If somebody was there, I would have waited, but there was no one there. I said this to Susie that I told the concierge, told me that she goes in and she says, it never happened. Jose didn't get the number. And I said, are you saying that she was a liar? And she goes like this to me. She shrugs her shoulders. I guess so.
Okay, not that I want to cut you short, but what's the
what's
resolution?
the result was-
Did you get a
result-
sticker?
No.
Okay.
The result
all right.
after this is Matt got involved and he tried to tell my husband that my husband should drive the car. But as you saw before, my husband can't see, he's legally blind. We then eventually went to Matt and Matt told Jose to put the sticker on and please, and Jose said to Matt, I won't do it.
Okay.
So this is our management. I've never had a problem like this before. I wanted to get a sticker. I asked people to do the right thing. I was there when no one was there. And this is how I was treated. I may have yelled because it was ridiculous.
Okay.
It was ridiculous, absolutely. And when Jose says no to Matt, then that's the answer.
Okay. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. We'll speak with the management. We'll make sure you get a sticker.
Charles
Yes.
Pearl, 7 Ramsey Way, married to that wonderful woman. I have a question. Jose said there's 600 cars. The board reported 200 cars. So my first question is, how many barcode cars are there left?
Yeah, I reported that we got over 700 done and we have about 200 barcodes out there still remaining of the old style.
Okay.
Okay, and the gentleman also said you're gonna reach out to those 200 cars that may not have been notified because they may not exist anymore, the cars? Am I correct?
Yeah, we're going to reach out to everybody on that list once we run the report to see if those cars are still here and they still are owned by homeowners.
All right, so
And
we-
if they are, we'll change their stickers for them and make
So the-
appointments individually.
so there'll be no email in October to make an appointment. The management's going to reach us with, rather than the other way around? I'm a little confused.
We're going to be reaching out to each homeowner.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. Thank you. Anyone else like to come up to the microphone? Seeing no one, I'll close the open forum and be done Zoom. So I will take a motion to adjourn. Moved by Jay, second by Kathy. Okay, thank you all for coming.